Namaste. Good evening. So from now on, I want to do 3 Sanskrit study sessions a day. The first one is Srimad Bhagavatam in the morning, one chapter, in book 1. Right now, book 1, but yeah, just one chapter. And then at night, another chapter of Srimad Bhagavatam. So one chapter of Srimad Bhagavatam in the morning when I wake up, preferably, and one at night before ASMR. And so that will get me, try to get me a schedule going, because I think that'll help me, because I need to somehow find ways to make more money. Anyway, so that's first thing. So I'm doing the second session. This is the, what is it? Veda and Yoga Sutras. And if I feel like reading something else, I'll read it. I'm gonna read for about an hour. I'm gonna do this for about an hour. So every Sanskrit study session is gonna be about an hour and 30 minutes long, and I'm gonna do it 3 times a day. So that will give me like 3 hours, of studies a day, which is ample enough for my healing, more than ample. So it's really, really good for me. And I get, take 2 breaks in between 2 studies. I mean, not 3 studies. What else? Chanting. So once again, chanting is gonna be 2 to 3 hours a day, no longer than 3 hours a day. I find it completely pointless. I mean, if you wanna do it to the point of not wanting to do it anymore, go ahead and do it. That's what I did. I wanted to do 16 rounds a day every single day. Loud chanting every single day, 16 rounds a day. I tested it out. In this modern society, it's better to follow the modern clock, because 500 years ago we didn't have the modern clock. We couldn't tell what second, what minute of the hour it was. We couldn't tell, and what's a minute. What's a second. We didn't have anything like that. Since we have that, we could use that to our advantage, because the body goes by these hours and minutes more than the some of the more ancient systems, which heavily relies on the intuition, and my intuition is not that good. Our intuition is not as good as it used to be anymore. So yep, that's it. Okay, so I'm gonna start. I spent 3 minutes so talking. That's enough. Let me add my image. There's gonna be some talks about images from now on. Like, since we have TV, that's an image. You're looking at images right now on your screen. That's my image. And one day it'll be a universal image under the name of Yahusha, because humans found out that the earth cannot be ruled by love alone. So it shall be ruled by what is above and what is below. And I'm non-violent. The things that come out of my mouth, does what is below. Guru Shino. Something like that. Okay, so then I've come to all the I've seen enough. And I no longer want to see. I want to fix, do things. Do non-violent. I gotta say non-violent all the time. So when you wear like 3 pentagrams and like talk about how the bad world is, people are gonna take the wrong idea. So good thing I have a yarmulke, because that'll like deter them hypnotically. They'll just go, "What the heck is he?" And then I go, "I'm non-violent. Ahimsa. The first arm of yoga is non-violence, without which you cannot accomplish anything else. Non-violence is a foundation. Self-restraint is like the next, like they're the same thing. Self-restraint and non-violence. How much are you able to think? Okay. So this is hymn 6, I guess. Let me see if I'm at the right thing. Chapter 5, 6. Yeah, 6. Okay. Found it. Fix that here. 6. So now I'm gonna start. Took me 6 minutes to start. Here we go. Namaste. Imam me agne samidam samitamima mupa sadam samitamima mupa sadam paneho ima u shu shruti giraho aya te agne bitemoljo napa dasheva mishitue napa dasheva mishitue napa dasheva mishitue ena sukutena sujata tam teva gilpilgilvanosam gilpilgilvanosam vanosam terabinosium terabinodah sapariema sapariabah sa boti suril makava vasupate vasudavana yotia samadhi shwamsi yotia samadhi shwamsi sa no purushatvam devasapari divasapari sa no vajamanai vanam vajamanai vanam sa nah sasri nui rishwah iloya ilonaya vasyave yapishita duta no kira yajishita otara gari gahi anandahiyagan. I should do that more often. Helps me focus too. Anandahiyagana iyase iyase vidvanjanam motpaya vidvanjanam motpaya kave tuto janyeva mitriyah sa vidvam a ja viprayo akushui chikitva anushak a jasaminan satasi vahishui. Namaste. Yeah, Bhagavad Veda is fun. It's like solving. It's like Sudoku. That's exactly what it is. Like Sanskrit Sudoku. Hymn 6. Agni. Accept this flaming brand, this waiting with my prayer on thee. Hear graciously these songs of praise. With this hymn, let us honor thee, seeker of horses, son of strength. With this fair hymn, thou nobly born. As such lover of song, with song's wealth lover, giver of our wealth, with reverence let us worship thee. Be thou for us a liberal prince, giver and lord of precious things. Drive those who hate us far away. Such as thou art, give rain from heaven, give strength which no man may resist. Give food exceeding plentiful. To him who lauds thee, craving help, most youthful envoy, through our song, most holy herald, come thou nigh. Between both races, Agni, sage, well skilled, thou passest to and fro, as envoy, friendly to mankind. Befriend us thou as. Befriend us thou as knowing all. Sage, duly worship thou the gods, and seat thee under sacred grass. Yeah, it's Bhagavad Veda is beautiful. Changing. I'm not taking a long break. Next is Yoga Sutras. I'm gonna finish book 4. I don't know if I'm gonna do another round of the entire series, but I must finish the thing because some of my healing is attached to the Yoga Sutras and comments, and that's what happens when you start reading things in Aryan Sanskrit. Aryan, not modern or not classic Sanskrit, not ancient. Aryan. It has to be Aryan, or else it doesn't. If it's not Baroque, don't fix it. If it's not Aryan, it doesn't work. Okay, here we go. $14. Ooh. More control, more power. That's cool. 13 ends there, 14 starts there. It fits perfectly. Yada tu salve gunoh katamekah shabuda ekaminandriyamiti varino maikatavadu vasatu tatavama. This spelling, the way the author wrote the word character is just really confusing. I have to double check it. It's 14. You just have like an official definitive Yoga Sutras with Vyasa's comments and officialize it. So anybody who needs them, 1 out of 10 or fewer people on the whole planet. If one of these 10 people need it, they could check it out. So Badu Vasatu is the thing in question. Yeah, I was right, but just the author uses like the stylish, trying to be stylish, and it's just Parino Maikatava de Vasatu Tatavama Prakya Kriya Satitishi Gunonam Grahana Makanam Karana Pave Naikahu Barino Mahu Shrotra Minindriyam Grahya Makanam Shabudatan Matra Pave Kanai Pave Naikahu Shabudatan Matra Pave Naikahu. Buddha pa Shabudam pa okay. Shabuda pa benaikahu. That's the second version. Double checking. Shabuda pa benaikahu. Yep. Parino mahu shabudo pishoya iti Shabudadinam muti samana jati yana mekahu Parino mahu purtivi paramanun zutanan matra vayavasuteshwam purtivi paramanu zutanan matra vayavasuteshwam jaikahu parino mahu purtivi Gavivurukusha Bhavata Ityeva Madil Bhutan Ityeva Madil Bhutan Antara Shivapi. Number 2. The Bhutan
di. So dilputa. I don't recall it, but I set the R. I'll do it like twice again. Okay. Ityevama di putan dareshivapi. So that's the second version. Ityevama di putan dareshivapi. I think I said it. Sneho shunuya prano mitva baka shadana niupadaya. Almost. Sneho shunuya prano mitva. Sneho shunuya prano mitva pa. Sneho shunuya prano mitva baka shadana niupadaya. Samanya mekavikara namampaho samateyaho. Nasetialto vijinyana visaraha. Vijñana visahacharahu asati tu jñana malta visahacharam. Jñana maltavi jñana malta visahacharam. So, I'll start over from here. Asati alto vijñana visahacharahu asati tu jñana malta visahacharam. Jñana maltavi Jñana maltavi sahacharam. Savapunadao Kalpitamitianayan Tishan Ye Pasutu Savaru Pamapaho Nuvate Pasutu Savaru Pamapaho Nuvate Jñana Parikalipana Mataram Vasutu Savapuna Vishoyopamam Na Paramal Tatosati Ti Ya Husute Tateti Pratyupasatitamidam Sivamaha Tamiena Vasutu Katama Pramano Temakena Pikalepachinyana Balena Pikalepachinyana Balena Vasutu Savaru Pamutu Surojia. Number 1. Two versions. Okay. Mupa Murujia. Vasutu Savaru Pamupa Murujia. Vasutu Savaru Pamupa Murujia. That's the second version. So the third version is Mupa Kuruhya. Vasutu Savaru Pamutu Kuruhya. Mupa Kuruhya. Not Mutu. Vasutu Savaru Pamupa Kuruhya. You got it, and that's it. Yeah. Tadeva Palapanantaha. Sharaduteya Vachanaha Siuha. But if all things are aspects, how is it that there is a single sound and a single organ? Thatness of a thing is due to a singleness and mutation. When the aspects disposed to vividness and to activity and to inertia have as their essence processes of knowing, insofar as there are instruments, there is a single mutation, for instance, the organ of hearing. When their essence is objects for knowledge, insofar as there are sounds, there is a single mutation, a sound and object of sense. The sounds and other, belonging to the general class of limitation and extent, have a single mutation, an atom of earth, a part of a fine substance. And these have a single mutation, the earth, a cow, a tree, a mountain, for examples. By adding the other elements, liquidity and heat and motivity and the making of a space, a generic form, the beginning of a single evolved effect will be formed. They who, from the following point of view, deny the existence of a thing, as such as saying, there is no intended object dissociated from a mental act. But percepts are dissociated from intended objects and imagined as if in dreams, as in dreams and similar states. And they who say a thing is only a readjustment of percepts, like the objects of a dream, and not a thing in the full sense of the word, these, when the thing is presented by its own authority as it is, to be there, since they throw overboard the thing as such by an abstract thinking without force of proof, How in the very act of prattling it away can their own words be worthy of belief? Shrutashichattadanyayam Shrutashichattadanyayam Pasutu samye chittata pedat tayopi tayol pipakataha chittata pedat tayol pipakataha manantaha Pahu chittata lamambani putamekam pasutu satharanam tatakalu naika chittata parikaripitam naika chittata naika chittata parikaripitam napyaneka chittata parikaripitam kimtu svapratishtama katham pasutu samye chittata pedat Taima pekusham chittatasya pasutu samyepi sukhajiñanam bhavatya taima pekusham tata eva tuakajiñanam avidya pekusham tata eva muthajiñanam samyagadashana pekusham tata eva matya satyajiñanamiti sorry kasya tachu chittatana parikalpitama na janya chittata parikalpitana tena nyasya chittato parago yugataha tasamad vasatu jiñana yolgrahya grahana pedapinna yolpi pakataha tasamad vasatu jiñana yolgrahya grahana pedapinna yolpi pakataha Manantaha, I'll do it one more time. Tasamada vasutu jiñana yolgrahya grahana pedapinana yolpi pakataha manantaha nanayoha samkara ganan topiasati samkhya pakushwe punai vasutu trigunam chalam cha gunapurotatamiti Taimadini mitata pekusham Chittataira pisam chittataira pisambanatiat chittataira pisambatiate nimitanuru pasya cha pratyayasyotapadyamanasya tena temana hetulpavati kechidahuha chinyana sahapure baito pogyatva tu sukha divaditi ta etaya divara sadharanotvam bhatamanaha pulvota tarakoshanueshu vasuturu pameva pahunuvate and number 2 did I do number 1? Nope, I didn't do number 1, so I have to do all over again. This is what happens when la ba da ba la da ba da ba la pahuchet da ba la mambi pahuchet da la mambini putamekam. That's the original version, and the alternate version, which I forgot to do, da ba la da ba la pahuchet da ba la Pahuchitita valamambani Pahuchitita valamambani Putamekam Pasutu Sadharanam Tatakalu Naikachitapa. Oh, good thing I'm repeating it because I don't think I realized that there was more to the right. Naikachitita parikalpitam Napyan ekachitata parikalpitam kimtu svapratishtama katham pasutu samye chittata pedat taima pekusham chittasya pasutu samyepi sukhajiñanam bhavatya taima Pavatya Taima Pekusham Tata Eva Tuhakachinyanam Avidya Pekusham Tata Eva Mutachinyanam Samyagadashana Pekusham Tata Eva Matya Satya Chinyanam Iti Kasya Tachitana Parikalipitama Na Janya Chitita Pari Janya Chitita Parikalipitana Tena Nyasya Chitito Parago Yukutahu Tasmad Vasutu Jinyana Yolgra Yagrahana Pedapinana Yolpi Pakatahu Panantahu Na Nayohu Samkaraya Samkaraganan Topiasati Ti Sampye Pakushwe Bunai Vasutu Trigunam Chalamcha Gunavurutu Tamiti Taimadini Taimadini Mitata Pekusham Taimadini Mitata Pekusham Chititaira Pisambanantia Chititaira Pisambanya Chititaira Pisambadiate Chititaira Pisambatiate Nimitanuru Pasyacha Pratyaya Syotapadiat Pratyaya Syotapadiya Manasya Tena Temana Hetul Pavati Come on, work with me, mouth. Getchidahu, Chinyana Sahu Pure Balto, Pogiat Batu Sukadi Baditi, Da Etaya, Divara, Satara Notavam, Batamana, her, Bulvo the Darakushon Weshu, Bulvo the Darakushon, Bulvo the Darakushon Weshu, Vasuturu, Bameva, Bahunuvate. Take that, demons. Vasutasvaru, Pameva, Pahunuvate, Vasutasvaru, Pameva, Pahunuvate. So that's the second version. Yep. Why is this incorrect? Because while the thing remains the same, the mind stuffs are different. Distinct levels of existence. A single thing is the common basis for many mind stuffs. It is not, of course, figured forth by a single mind stuff, nor yet is it figured forth by many mind stuffs. It is rather grounded in itself. Why is this? Because while the thing remains the same, the mind stuffs are different. When the mind stuff is in relation with right conduct, the mind stuff has thoughts of pleasure, the thing remaining the same. When in relation with wrong living from the same, it has thoughts of pain. When in relation with undifferentiated consciousness from the same, it has thoughts of infatuation. When in relation with complete insight from the same thing, it has thoughts of detachment. If this is so, by whose mind stuff would this thing be formed? Nor would it be sound to say that one person's mind stuff is affected when brought into relation with an object formed by the mind stuff of another person. Consequently, the thing and the thought distinct because of dissimilarity, in that the thing is the object for knowledge and the thought is the process of knowing, distinct levels of existence. There is not even a trace of a blending of the two, but from the point of view of the Samkhya, since a thing has three aspects, and since the changes of the aspects are unstable, it comes into relation with the mind stuffs, dependent upon such determinants as right living. It becomes the cause, in one form or another, of presented ideas as they rise, corresponding to the efficient cause. Okay. Half an hour passed. Yeah, I'm gonna do, from 1 hour and 1 hour and 30 minutes, no more than 1 hour and 30 minutes. Because I'll be doing this 3 times a day. Doesn't make sense. I mean, it doesn't make sense to do it more than like 1 hour and 30 minutes per session. If you're gonna do it 3 times a day, and the minimum it took me was like half an hour. So one of the sessions will always be 1 hour. So I always will have about 2 hours a day, minimum. No, Chaikachitatanantaram Pasatu. Number 1. Cha Chedu Basatu. Chedu Basatu. Chedu Basatu. Why? Chedu Basatu. Chai Vasatu. Chedu Vasatu. Tada Brahmanokam. Number 2. Tata Brahmanokam. Tata Kim Siat. Ekachita Tatanantaram. Chedu Vasatu. Siat Tada. Chitete. Viagre Nirudite. Vasavaru Pameva. Tena para Murashatamania Sia Vishayi Puta para. Tena para Murashatamania Sia Vishayi Putama Pramano Kama Gruhi Tasava Pavakam. Tena para Murashatamania Sia Vishayi Putama Pramano Kama Namaka Kama. Tena para Murashatamania Sia Vishayi Putama Maprama. Tena para Murashatamania Sia Vishayi Putama Tena para Murashatamania Sia Vishayi Putama now I'm destroying things. It's bad karma. Yeah, with all this bad karma, I still do what I do. That's it. Tena para Murashatamania Sia Vishayi Putama Prama. Tena para Murashatamania Sia Vishayi Putama Maprama. Why is it so hard to say Maprama when I'm saying all the other things? It's the nerves. They're not wired the correct way yet. Tena para Murashatamania Sia Vishayi Putama Pramana Kama. Tena para Murashatamania Sia Vishayi Putama Pra. Oh, anger rising. That's not cool, man. Okay, more medicine. How about more medicine after this? Yeah, okay. Tena para Murashatamania Sia Vishayi Putama Prama no kama Gruhi Tasava Pavakam. Tena para Murashatamania Sia Vishayi Putama Prama no kam. Tena para Murashatamania Sia Vishayi Putama Prama no kama Gruhi Tasava Pavakam. Kenachita Dadanim Kim Tatasyat Sambatyamanam Cha. Number 3. What say you? It's blank. That's effed up. I have no idea what that word. I've been through this before many times. So I could say things like, maybe this is na, or sa, or ta, ba, na. Most likely na, I think. What else can be there, you know? One syllabled word. Not da. Okay. So yeah, I'm gonna leave it at na. Punasachetana kuta utapadieta. Yeah, jasya nupasatita pagasate jasya na siuravam nasati purushatamiti udaramapi. Purushatamiti udaramapi na kuruhieta. Tasmat sabatananturol taha. Tasmat sabatanantul taha. Salva Purusha Sataranoha Sivatanantaranui cha chititani prati purusham pravaltanante tayoha sambananta dupalabhatiha sambananta dupalabhatiha purushasya bhoga iti. There are some who say that a thing is coextensive with its thought insofar as, like pleasure and the other, it is experienced. In this way, when they thus reject the quality of being common, they deny the existence of the thing in both its earlier and its later moments. Its later moments. And a thing is not dependent upon a single mind stuff. It could not be proved. Then what would it be? If a thing were dependent upon a single mind stuff, then if the mind stuff be distracted or restricted, it itself would be untouched by that mind stuff, and not coming within the range of that, and not being proved, and unperceived in its nature by anyone, would it then be at all? And how could it be produced again in relation to the mind stuff? It would not possess those parts of it which are not apparent, so that if one says the back does not exist, neither could the belly be known. Consequently, an intended object is independent and common to all the selves. And again, independent mind stuffs function differently for each self. As a result of a relation between these two, there follows an apperception, an experience of the self. Taduparaga pekushvitva chichitasya. How much do I want to do? Okay, let's do like an hour. Do I want to do the whole hour with this? Let me see how much more I have. So I'm halfway through book 4. I don't think I could finish it today. So maybe I'll take a little break right now. Do I need more medicine? Might as well take the medicine, because you use your medicine when you need it. Do not use it when you don't need it, because people are mixing up these two. When people don't need the medicine, they're using it. When people really need it, they refuse to use it. Or nowadays, everybody's just using everything now. Anyway, yeah, so I'll take a break here. How should I do this? I'll stay on this page. You know what? I have to remember to take that out when I'm not taking a break. That's my problem, is that I don't know what is on the screen sometimes. I don't know why I don't know. I do not know why I don't know. But apparently I don't know what I don't know. I'll be back. Okay, here we go. Namaste. Tadu paraga pekushritva chichitasya pasutu jinyatama ayasakanantamanui karipa Vishoya Ayahasataimakam Jitadamapi Sambanan Tioparanjayananti. Okay. Jitadamapi Sambanan Tioparanjayananti. Yena cha Vishoye no paragatam Jitadam sa Vishoyo Jinyata Satatoniyaha Punara Jinyataha Pasatuno Jinyata Sevaru Patavata Parinomi Jitadam. A thing is known or not known by virtue of its affecting the mind stuff. Objects of sense, like magnets, bind to themselves the mind stuff as if it had qualities of iron and affect it. The object whereby the mind stuff is affected is known. But who is other than this? He who is other than this is not known. The mind stuff enters into mutations because the nature of the thing is now known and now not known. Yasya tu tadeva jetitam vishayasatasya sada chinyata shechetata varutatayasa tata prapoha purushasya parino mituvat. Yadi jetitavata prapuvad Yadi jetitavata prapurapi purushaha parino metatatas Parinometatatasatatu Vishaya Sachitata Puratatayahu Parinometatatasatatu Vishaya Sachitata Puratatayahu. Number 1. Metta. Parinometa Tatasatadu Vishaya Shecheta Purutatayahu Shabudadi Vishaya Vaji Jinyata Siuha Sada Jinyatatuvam tu Manasasatatu Prapoho Purushasya Parino Mituvamanu Ma Payati Purushasya Parino Mituvamanu Purushasya Parino Mituvamanu Payati. One more. Purushasya Parino Mituvamanu Purushasya Parino Mituvamanu Payati. But as for him, for whom the same mind stuff is an object of sense, unintermittently the master of that knows the fluctuations of mind stuff. The self undergoes no mutations. If like the mind stuff, the master also, that is, the self, should undergo mutation, then fluctuations of mind stuff, which are its objects, will be like objects of sense. The sounds and others, sometimes known and sometimes not known. The fact, however, that the central organ is unintermittently known by its master, the self, leads us to infer that he is an entity that undergoes no mutations. Sorry. So now we're up to 19. Syada Shanganga Chetitameva Siva Pa Sam Vishaya Pa Sam Cha. Number 2. Oh, they added a whole sentence. That's the alternative I have to deal with. There's 2 versions. See, they didn't even point out that there's 2 versions of number 2. So actually total of 3 versions of the word, of the phrase or the word, whatever they're referring to. Alright, so it's the second version. Adding, addition. Vaisheshvikanam Jidatatamabadinam Ja. It goes back to, yeah, okay, so that's number 2, 2A, not 2B. Double checking. Yes, I said that. And then we move on to Vaina. Vaina shikanam chitatatmavadinam. That's it. That's a second 2B. Bhavishyati Tyaganim Vata. Sorry. Oh, something just, I just like did something to Karma. It's the word Vat that severs something. Yeah, Sanskrit is not a joke. Bhavishyati Tyagani. See, if I were the government, I would be spying on me, of course, and that's okay. I like company. I know a lot of people don't like having people around, but if there are good people watching you, that's free security, man. If these are good people watching you all the time, that's like 24/7 security system, if you ask me. Because if something happens, you could guilt them to doing something nice for you. It's like, I knew you guys are watching me. You could help me now, You'll miss your sitcom tomorrow. Help. Bobby should. Oh God, that was the last show. He said this is a sitcom. I either quit or I have to do something to this son of a bitch. Baffle me. Okay, here we go. Bhavishwati Diagni Vat. Bhavishwati Diagni Vat. Okay, so that's the original. Number 3. Scared. Every time I look up these alternative versions, I'm scared. Shruyotiya. 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 Where is it? Shruyotiya. So it skips D. Am I correct? Yes. Of course. This is not my first time. I just have to remember because my memory is not well because of my injury. Bhavishuyatiya Bhavishuyatiyagnivat Bhavishuyatiyagnivat Bhavishuyatiyagnivat. Okay. I said both versions. Na tatasava pasam turushyatvat Yatetara nui nandriya nui shabda dayashacha turushyatvanana siva pasani Tatan manopi pratyatavyam na jaganiratra durashatanan na yagnirat masvarupama prakashayati prakashashachayam prakashasamyoge prakashaka samyoge prakashaka samyoge Durushatah na cha sivarupama trasati samyogah kim cha sivapasam chittadamityagurahyameva kasyachiditi shabdaitah Tadyatha Sivatama Pratishthamakasham Sivatama Pratishthamakasham. And there's number 1. Scared. What can it be? Oh boy, what the hell? There's a fuzzy word character. Kashamitya Pratishtha, or is it the? It has to be ta. It's fuzzy. That's the problem. Mevetya. Boy, scary. Because it's messing me up, slowing me down, doing all kinds of things. Unimaginable things. Like slowing me down mostly, I guess. Svatma pratishitamaka. Okay, I have to memorize that. Svatma pratishita. Svatma pratishitamaka. Svatma pratishitamaka. Shamitya pratishitamya. Almost. Mevedyaltaha. Okay, so I have to memorize that too. Mevedyaltaha. That's the ending they didn't put in. You have to figure that out for yourself. Thank you very much. Sarcasm. Dadya time. Svatma pratishitamaka. Svatma pratishitamaka. Shamitya pratishitamavatyaltaha. One more. It's almost. I messed up the ending. Svatma pratishitamaka. Svatma pratishitamaka. Shamitya pratishitamavatyaltaha. One more. Svatma pratishitamaka. How hard can it be? Svatma pratishitamaka. Shamitya pratishitamavatyaltaha. Yes. Na para pratishitamitaha. Siva buddhati prachara pratisamam. Siva buddhati prachara pratisamvedanat satutvanam. Siva buddhati prachara pratisamvedanat satutvanam. Pravaratatildaroshyate. Kurudu toham pi tohama mutra me rago mutra me krota iti. Etat svabuddha tera grahanu. Etat svabuddha tera grahanu na yukutamiti. Should the doubt arise whether the mind stuff like fire illumines itself and at the same time illumines objects, it does not illumine itself, since it is an object for sight. Just as the organs of sense and the sounds and other perceptible do not illumine themselves, since they are objects for sight, so the central organ is also to be represented, and accordingly fire as an example could not apply to it, for fire does not throw light upon its own self, which is without light. And here light is thrown when there is a relation of the light giver with something to be lighted. Furthermore, such a relation does not occur with the thing itself. Besides, the meaning of the words, the mind stuff illumines itself, is that it is not an object for knowledge for anyone. Just as the words, air is grounded in itself, mean that it is not grounded in something else, for the reason that creatures are conscious by reflection of the processes of their own thinking substances. When they say, I am angry, I am afraid, I feel a passion for that person, I am angry with that person, there is purposive action. This is impossible unless there be a knowledge of one's own thinking substance. Okay, so almost there. So I said I'm going to do this for 1 hour to 1 hour and 30 minutes. Yeah, sounds like fun. 1 hour and 1 hour to 1 hour and 30 minutes of reading Sanskrit and English translation a day, with 2 other sessions of reading Srimad Bhagavatam in Sanskrit twice a day, and English Ekasamaye Jopaya Navataranam. Did I read it? Yeah, I think I read it. Yep, I did. Na Jaikasaminan Kushwa Jaikasaminan Kushanwe Sivapararu Bhavataranam Yugatam Kushanuikabadino Yad Pavanam Saiva Kriya Tadeva Chakara Kamitya Pyu Pagamaha Kara Kamitya Pyu Pagamaha. and there cannot be a cognition of both at the same time. And it is impossible in a single moment to cognize one's own form and another's as well. It is a supposition of the momentarists that whatever exists is both action and the means related to an action. Sianamatiho Svarasati Ruditam Chititan and Tarano. Chititan and Tareno. Number 1. Scary. I'm scared. What could it be? Guru? What do you mean, Guru? Oh, it skips another word. Okay. No, I'm not skipping any word. Thank you very much. Samananan Tareno. Guru Hyata Iti. It's like I'm a Sanskrit detective and I need all the evidence I could gather. And one day I'll figure out which one is the correct one. Until then, I need to find out all the different versions possible. Hence, this is the only reason why I'm using this version, even though it's like the hardest thing to read in the 3 worlds. The 3 freaking worlds. Sorry. Wow. Now that's blasphemy. Baphomet just blasphemed the 3 worlds by saying the 3 freaking worlds. Okay. That's enough. Namaste. That was a joke in King Yaosha's name. Oh, no. That's still forbidden. You'll still be punished for it, Baphomet. What do you mean punished? You'll be stuck on the earth for 9,500 years. Whether you like it or not. You can't get out either. You're stuck here forever. You might jump off a bridge and the next day you just wake up the same way. And start all over again, just like the Groundhog Day, for 9,500 years. Would that be hell? Could be a lot of stress. How is that? Stress. How was your 9,500 years on Earth, Baphomet? Stressful. Siana Matiha Savarasani Rudutam Chiditan and Tareno. Number 1. Okay, so it was. Where was I? Doesn't matter. I like doing these things. This is fun for me. What's fun for me is not fun for thou. Samananan tare no kuruhyata iti. Chititanan taradarashye. Chititanan taradarashye. Buddhati Buddha Terati Purati. Buddhati Buddha Terati Purasanganga. Buddhati Buddha Tera Parat. Buddhati Buddha Tera. Buddhati Buddha Tera Purati. Buddha Terati. Buddhati Buddha Terati Prat. Buddhati Buddha Terati Prasanganga. Samurati Samkarashichan. Yeah, when you say it right, sometimes the nerve pathways just open up right away and you're just like, whoa. Ata chitata chitatam chechu chitatan and tareno kuruhyata buddhati ho kena kuruhyate sa pyanyayatya ti prasanganga sa pyanyayatya ti prasanganga ho Sumurti samkarashichan yabananto buddhati na manupa buddhati na manupava seta patyaha sumurtayaha prapunubananti tatte samkara chaika sumurtiya nabataranam. I'll say it again. Oh, cool. Tatte samkara chaika samurtiya navataranam cha syadityevam buddhati prati sambedinam purushama palapa purushama palapa the pilvavaina shikaiha purushama palapa Purushamappalapada pilvaina shikaiha saibameva kuli kuratama. Saibameva kuli kuratama. Okay, cool. Te tu Pokoturu Savaru Bam Yatra Kubachana Karipayananto na Nyayana Samgache Chanante Gachetetu. I just broke something. Speaking of nerves, how does that pertain to the world? It has some relation to the world too as well, because we're all connected somehow. Chitta Sattva Chitta Sattva. So second version. That's what makes this really, really hard. Is there are different versions. Chitta Sattva Chitta Sattva Chitta Sattva Chitta Sattva Matarami Chitta Sattva Mataramapi. Yeah, cool. Sattva Mataramapi Parikal. Wait, that was number 1 or number 2? What would I? Yeah, number 2. Sorry. It just confuses the heck out of me. Sattva Mataramapi Parikal Vyasati Sa Sattvo Ya Etanam Pancha Sikanantana Nikushwipyaniyam Shicha Sikanantana Nikushwipyaniyam Shicha Prati Samdata Tiukutva Prati Samdata Tiukutva Tata Eva Punasutarasyananti Tata Sikanantanam Mahananivedaya. Is that 2 words or 1 word? First I gotta find out what ma. Okay. So just in case, I'm gonna say as if these 2 words are 1 word. Sikanantana Mahananivedaya. And now I'm gonna say it as 2 words. Sikanantanam Mahananivedaya. And there's another version of the second word. Mahanilvedaya Viragaya Nutpadaya Prashanantaye Kuro라는 뜻의 Brahmacharyam Parihuya Mitiukatva Sattva Punaha Sattva Meva Pahunuvate Samkhya Yoga Dayasutu Prabhadaha Parashabudena Purusha Meva Sivaminam Chittatasya Pokutaramupayanantiti Pokutaramupayanantiti. Okay, said it twice. Okay, so my mind is catching on because I haven't done Yoga Sutras in almost like a week and a half, 10 days. So this is really like, it's like, if you bike every day or skateboard every day and you don't do it for 10 days and you come back to it and you're just like, oh, I feel off. That's how I feel. And now I'm getting back to the groove. I'm like, okay, now I got the control. Now I can control this bike or skateboard or whatever. If there be the opinion that a mind stuff naturally restricted is known by another mind stuff immediately contiguous to it, if it were the object per sight for another, there will be an infinite regress from one thinking substance to another thinking substance, as well as confusion of memory. If one mind stuff were perceived by another mind stuff, by whom would the thinking substance of the thinking substance be perceived? Because this will be perceived by still another, and that by yet one more, there will be an infinite regress, and there will be a confusion of memory. As many memories would obtain as there will be on the part of the thinking substances, experiences. And as a result of the confusion of these, there will be no limit to the memory of one. Thus everything is put into disorder by the destructionists, prattling away of the self who is conscious by reflecting the thinking substance. But those who assume that the experiencer as such, anywheresoever, do not conform to the rules. There are some who assume an existence as such, and that it is this existence which casts off those 5 divisions of existence of theirs and puts others together again. But these are afraid of this very. Thus in the very act of saying that I may feel the passionlessness of the great disgust for the divisions of existence, and that they may arise no more and altogether cease, I will lead a student's life in the presence of my spiritual guide. They deny after all the existence of the existence. But the systems Buddha-sam, Kya, and Yoga at their head denote by the word self, the owner, the experiencer of the mind stuff. Wow. No. Heal you really, really well. Relax that specific part needed to heal, and that pain, pain is all crunched up usually. Katamu Chitara Prati Samkuramaya Sutadakara Patateo Sivabuddhi Sambeda Nama Aparinomini Hi Pokuturu Shakutira Prati Samkurama Cha Parinomitia Minialte Parinominialte Prati Samkurananteva Taduburatam Manu Patati Tadubhurati manupatati Tasyan shecha prapata chaitanya pakraha svarupaya prapata chaitanya pakraha svarupaya buddhi vrutatara nukari matrataya. Okay, number 1. Karama. Okay. Buddhi vrutatara nukara matrataya. One more. Buddhi vrutatara nukara matrataya. Buddhi vrutatya vishishuta. Buddhi vrutatya vishishuta hi jnana vrutatira khyayate. Tatane chokotam na patalam na cha piparam kirinam naivanan takaram kukushoyo nodati nam guha yasyam guha yasyam nihitam brahma shashvatam buddhati vruttati mavishishitam buddhati vruttati mavishishitam kavayo vedayanante iti. Yep, I got everything. Trust in the self, yourself, the self. How? The intellect, which unites not, is conscious of its own thinking substance when it takes the form of that. For the energy of the experiencer, which is immutable, and which unites not with objects seeming to unite with something mutable, takes the form of the fluctuations which that undergoes. And it being identified with the fluctuation of the thinking substance, insofar as it is nothing but an imitation of a fluctuation of the thinking substance that has come under the influence of the intelligence, it is termed the fluctuation of the thinking substance. And in this sense it has been said, that hiding place in which the everlasting Brahman, lies concealed is not an underworld, nor mountain chasm, nor the darkness, nor caverns of the sea, but the working of the mind, when not distinguished. So the sages tell. Okay, so maximum I could do 20 more minutes, and I'm having fun. I'm sorry, I'm having fun. So he's having fun as an eyesore. I want to see him suffer. It's running out of things to make fun of. No, we have ample still. Okay. We have to prepare for the day we run out of stuff to make fun of. So I've done about 2/3 of the whole book 4 now. Next time I do it, I'm gonna finish it, and that'll give me a lot more power. Because I've done this for maybe 13 times now. I've read the entire thing 13 times for sure, 13 or more. That's what I'm trying to say. Or it could be 17 times, and I'm just saying 13. Because I don't want to overestimate myself, But surely, I've read it for 13 times. And something's clicking in my head, like this time around when I'm reading it. So I must finish this time around. And then if I want to do another round of, doing the entire book 1 to book 4 with the comment by Vyasa, I'll think about it, but I have to finish it first. That was a good break. Namaste. Namaste. Don't be modern. Do not be too modern. Atashe chatada piu pagamiate. Atashe chatada piu pagamiate. Drasheturu duru shio parakotam chitatam saivai tama. Manu hi mananta vienal teno parakatam tatasavayam. Number 1. Is this world real, or is this world not real? Tataha. Initial observation, it is real. So why the confusion? Confusion happens because sometimes you're surrounded by either people of too high of intelligence. Sometimes I'm surrounded by people of too low of intelligence. Extreme intelligence is confusing me. Mediocre intelligence. Mediocre intelligence. That's what I want. No, that was a joke. I'm sorry. Nobody wants mediocre intelligence, trust me. Not even Satan wants mediocre intelligence. You get to choose your IQ. Pick from 0 to 200. You know what? 200 is too high for me. I'm gonna go with 100. Like, really? Okay. Tataha Sivayam. Sivayam. Okay, did it. Tata Sivayam. Ja. Vishayate Vada Vishayina. Vishayate Vada Vishayina. Purushwana Tamiyaya. Puratatya Pisaman Sambadatam. Puratatya Pisambadatam. Tadetacha Chittatamev. Tadetacha Chittatameva. Drasheturu Shiod Parakata. Drasheturu Shio Parakatam. Vishaya Vishayinil Pas. Vishaya Vishayinil Pa. Vishaya Vishayinil Pa. This must be one of the longer ones. Vishaya Vishoyinil, Vishaya Vishoyinil, Yinil, Vishaya Vishoyinil Pasam, Chatana Savarupa Pananam, Vishayat Makamapya, Vishayat Makamipa Chatanamipa, Sapatui Kamanui Kalipam, Salval Tamit Yutiate, Dadanena Chitatasaru Piena Pranantah, Catchit Tadeva, Chatanamitiahu, Apare Chitamatram Evedam Salvam Nasati Kalibayam, Gadadil Kato Dishicha Sakarano Loka iti Anukampani Yasate Kasumat Asati Hiteshwam Prananti Bijam Salvarupa Karanilpasam Chitatamiti Samati Prajinyayam Prajinya Yoltaha Pratibimam Bi Putasya Lamambani Putatvadanyaho. I'll say it again. Pratibimam Bi Putas Pratibimam Bi Putasya Lamambani Putatvadanyaho. I'll say it one more time. Pratibimam Bi Putasya Lamambani Putatvadanyaho. Sa Jadal Tasachitamatram Syat Katam Prajinyayaivam Prajinya Rupamavatariyata Prajinya Rupamavatariyata Prajinya Rupamavatariyata Tasamat Pratibimam Bibu Tasamat Pratibimam Bibu Toltahu Prajinyayam Yena Sa Purusho Iti Evam Grahano Grahyasvaru Pachitita Peda Kutura Yamapyeta Jatitahu. Okay, last verse. Evam Grahitru Grahana Grahyasvaru Pachitita Peda Kutura Yamapyeta Jatitahu. Almost. And 12 minutes left. Evam Grahitru Grahana Grahyasvaru Pachitita Peda Kutura Yama means death. Yama Pretya Jatitahu. I don't know what the rest of the word means, but it's probably has to do with death. The word, I mean. That long 20 syllable word. 22? How many? I don't know. Grahitru Grahana Grahyasvaru Pachitita Peda Kutura Yamapyeta Jatitahu. Grahitru Grahana Grahyasvaru Pachitita Peda Kutura Yamapyeta Jatitahu. Come on, man. Evam Grahitru Grahana Grahyasvaru Pachitita Peda Kutura Yamapyeta Jatitahu. Prabhipajanan te Samyaga Dashina Setaira Tigatahu. Purushoha. Take that, demons. Purusho iti. And for this reason, we reach this result. Mind stuff affected by the seer and by the object for sight, all intended objects. For the central organ is affected by the object for meditation, and is itself, on account of its objectivity, connected by one of its own fluctuations with the subject, with the self also. Thus the same mind stuff is affected by the seer and by the object for sight, and is seemingly both object and subject, assuming a form both intelligent and unintelligent, appearing as that which is not object, while unintelligent it appears to be intelligent, like a crystal is described as all intended objects. Accordingly, there are some, deceived by this resemblance to mind stuff, who say that it itself is intelligent. There are others who say that this whole universe is nothing more than mind stuff, and that this world of things, cows and water jars and other things, together with their causes, does not exist. They are to be pitied. Why so? Because their mind stuff shining forth in all kinds of forms is the source of error. Consequently, in concentrated insight, the object for the insight, when once reflected, is other than it, because this is that upon which it rests. If this object were the mind stuff and nothing more than that, how could the insight by itself ascertain its form as being insight? Accordingly, when in the insight an object is reflected, it is the self who determines it. Thus, by dividing mind stuff as such into knower and process of knowing and object for knowledge, they classify it according to its kinds as a triad also. These are men of complete insight. By them the self has been reached. That's the whole purpose of yoga. Find the God within. Because that God is like, kind of like Jesus in a way. Find the God within. Find the kingdom of God within you. Similar. Very similar. The kingdom of God is within you. And this is, yoga is about finding the God within. Okay, here you go. Okay, so 7 minutes left. Oof. Yeah, one more. Maybe this will be the last one. I'm not gonna do anything else then. I guess not. Kutashicha. Dada samkhye yavasana pishicittiramapi. Dada samkhye yavasana pishicittiramapi. Paraltam samathyakaritvat. Samathyakaritvat. Dada tachititama samkhye ya pilvasana pireva. Something's telling me to stop here because it's getting really, really hard. Okay, I'm gonna stop at 23. I'll continue from 24 tomorrow. Okay. 7 minutes. Is there anything else I could do in 7 minutes? Do another Raga Veda. I don't do Raga Veda that often anymore. Alright, so I'm going to do another Raga Veda. It's because I feel like it. It's Raga Veda is usually short, so sorry, I'm a nerd. How could Satan be a nerd? They're like, how could the Messiah be a drunkard? How could Satan be a nerd? How could the Messiah be a drunkard? They both don't make sense. Hymn 7. Alright. If it's too long, I'm not gonna do it, but I wanna do it. Raga Veda is very purifying for the nerves if you read it just right. Aryan Sanskrit. If it's not Aryan Sanskrit, it's cow's BS. Okay. Here we go. Namaste. Shirashatam Yabishita Paradagune Diumanadama Para Paso Puroso Puroham Raimu Ma no Aratiri Shata Devasya Maltiasya Cha Parshui Dasya Uta Tibishohu Vishvan Uta Tibaya Payam Tara Udanya Iva Ati Gahemahi Tibishohu Shuchihu Pavaka Vanendiogne Purahadubi Rochase Devam Krute Pira Hutahu Devam no Asi Paradagne Vasha Pirukusha Pihu Ashita Badi Pira Hutahu. Wow, look at this character. I've never seen that before. What? So this is a testing of my Sanskrit knowledge. I'm gonna guess that's Duruba. That's my guess. Duruba. What else could it be? Durubia. No, it has to be Duruba. Am I right? Anything else? Duruba. Is it Duruba? So this will, this is gonna let you know how much Sanskrit I really know. And that's, what level is this? This is like level 10. 10 out of 10. It's really, that's like, I can't even figure it out. What the frig is that thing? What is it? What in the name of God is that thing? So my guess, once again, is Duraba. Durabananahu. Am I right? Durubananahu. Not Durubananahu. I was close. So that's not bad. That's not too good. That's not too bad. Why did I say it's dra? Because it was a straight line there. That's why it's dra. So why is it not dra? Is there another instance where the same similar spelling is used? And is it, who gets to decide what? Yeah. Let me see here. Suddenly a vratam. So this is vratam. If this has a at the end of r, vra, then there's something wrong with this. But otherwise, I did what I could. 8, 6, vra. So I was right. I mean, this is an obvious one. This is like common knowledge. But somehow they're saying that this is Turu and not Turava. Now they should have spelled it differently. So the spelling system kind of sucks doing this. They should have used a more classical way of spelling it. They compounded 3 syllables together. That's why they came out with that character. Is it, how authentic is it? I don't know. I don't even know. I've never seen that before. Has anyone seen that before? Whoever's knowledgeable, hopefully I have like some Sanskrit. There's 25,000 modern Sanskrit speakers, scholars in this world. If somebody could tell me, if that's like what I've highlighted is a classical spelling or just modern BS, let me know, please. Thank you very much. Namaste. So that's 들어봐는 나허. You're serious, right? 들어봐는 나허. That's, and the funny thing about this alphabet system is that this generates this. This Sanskrit generates this. So this is connected to this. 들어봐는 나허. So that's what they probably meant to say. Is they didn't mean to say 들어봐는 나허, and still have to use 들어, not 들어. So my verdict is that this is the wrong spelling, and especially this is where the wrong spelling is. If you want to argue with me on that, be my guest. I'll argue with you. 1 plus 1 does not equal 1. 1 plus 1 does not equal 2.0001. 들어받은 나허 살피라 수티허 보라트노 호타 바레누여허 사사포로 사사사포트로 아드푸타허. Namaste. Yeah, thanks a lot. That's a symbol. That's not a Sanskrit word. Complain. O Vasu, thou most youthful god, Parata, Agni, bring us wealth, excellence, splendid, much desired. Let no malignity prevail against us, either gods or men. Save us from this and enmity. So through thy favor may we force through all our enemies away, as 'twere through streaming water floods. Thou purifier Agni, high shinest forth, bright, adorable, one worship with the sacred oil. Ours art thou, Agni, Parata, honored by us with barren cows, with bullocks, and with kine and calf, with fat bedewed with sacred oil, ancient invoker, excellent, the son of strength, the wonderful. That's it. Yeah, that's beautiful. Okay, so 1 hour and 30 minutes. Cool, I'm done. Thank you very much. So yeah, sooner or later, I might be even able to schedule myself, because once I figure out that these are like done in timely fashion, then I could figure out when to put these time slots. This is supposed to be 1 hour to 1 hour and 30 minutes. Now it's just finished. So okay, I could figure out how to slot this during the day. So yeah, it's coming. All the scheduling is coming, and with that, my healing is coming. My guess is that once I have a set schedule, I will be healed before my set. My bet, I bet a penny. I don't have any money. My bet is that I will heal before I have a set schedule, and then I'll have a set schedule, and then we'll change the world. Namaste. Thank you very much. So next up is chanting. 2 to 3 hours, no more than that. I'm so happy about it. I came up with that decision myself. So proud, because the ancient system says you must chant 16 rounds. And then I found out, hey, we had the modern clock. They didn't have it back then, so you couldn't even argue with them, even if you tried. So I'm gonna go with the modern system. Okay, thank you. Have a good day.